Okay, so we've talked about like the function basically of lipids. Now we'll go to the classification of lipids. So I'm using this because for me like visuals help everything like better. So you have like divided into this. So they are basically divided into three parts: simple lipids, complex lipids, and derived lipids. So I want you to, when you think about lipids, think beyond just fats and oils because there is more that meets the eye. And so we'll start from simple lipids, and the fats and oil that we're talking about fall under the simple lipids. So it's time to learn more about it. So simple lipids are like esters of fatty acids with various alcohols. So you know now like esterification has to do with like organic substances. It's more like the acid base neutralization of like inorganic chemistry. Normally acid base is like neutralization is acid and base, gives you salt and water, but when it comes to organic it has to do with like alcohol and what have you, something else that you have, something that, or a carboxylic acid, something that has an acyl group basically, and something else to give you an ester and water, or maybe an ester and an acid. It could be a combination, but simple lipids are just basically formed from the esterification, that is like the neutralization of fatty acids and various alcohol to form what is called the ester or like the salt. So in this case now, the salt or the ester could either be the fat or oil or the waxes. So simple lipids are split into two, basically fat and oils, waxes. So now what's the difference between the fat and oil and like the wax? For fat and oils, the fatty acid, okay, the alcohol is glycerol, and then this is the structure of glycerol now. Glycerol is like 1 2 3. This is where the bond is, so I'm sorry that it is looking this way, but I'll use my marker to like express it as much as possible. 1 2 3, so it's like a 1 2 3 triacyl glycerol. I don't know if you can see this, but like one one. This is the acyl group here. This is the acyl group as well. This is acyl group as well. So on carbon 1, on carbon 2, on carbon 3, each of them have like acyl groups attached to them. And like these are usually just either a hydrocarbon basically. It's not something that has to do with maybe um all these complex yeah, alkyl groups. Basically just a hydrocarbon. So when it is 1 2 3, the simplest like glycerol, no, the simplest like fat and oil has to do with glycerol in addition to the fatty acid, and then the fatty acid comes to bind usually at this R1, R2, and then R3, and when they come together they form what is called either a fat or an oil. And these two are actually like different, but like they are very structurally like similar, but then physically they are quite different, and their physical differences still comes from their chemical differences, like it comes from their chemical structure. We'll get into that, but not now. But just have it in mind that simple lipids are classified into two: fat and oil on one part, and in fat and oil, its ester is like fat and fatty acid plus glycerol. And then for the waxes now, it will be the fatty acid on this other hand plus the alcohol. In this case now is no longer the normal glycerol that we know. It is a high molecular weight monohydric alcohol. That is like a very long like alcohol, like something that has OH group at the end, but then very high molecular weight. So that we're talking about like C, maybe like C be 20 above, very very long and very very high monohydric like alcohol. So it's just only one OH group, unlike this one that had like three, you get OH groups on for the fat and oil. So waxes on one side, fat and oil on one side, and the difference in these two is the type of alcohol that binds to the fatty acid. Exactly. Let's go to the next one.